It is so wonderful to be together, to see everyone, to hear everyone, and to know, even if you're not with us in our Kaufman Sanctuary, if you're joining us on live stream, we hear you, we see you too. We're so glad that you're joining us as well. And as we get started with our special evening, this is really just such a great moment for us, and it is so perfect and so appropriate that this is the first Shabbat after the Thanksgiving break. I know there was a Shabbat that followed the day after Thanksgiving, but we can give thanks all year round, and certainly we are so thankful to be in community. I'm Rabbi Shankman. I am honored to be with all of you. I'm going to introduce our Washington Hebrew clergy, and we have some extra clergy on the bima, and we're so thrilled to have everyone who's here. So I just want to let you know who's here. I'm Rabbi Sue Shankman, Rabbi Aaron Miller, Rabbi Eliana Michelle, Cantor Suzanne Bortnick, our Cantor of the hour and the night, and the reason we're all here to celebrate Cantor Suzanne Hamstra, and and Cantor Michael Manovich, our Cantor Emeritus.
And we are blessed, we are truly, truly blessed to be joined on this bima by two of my mentors and some very dear friends, Cantor Richard Cohen, Cantor Mira Lebovitz, and Cantor Rebecca Moses.
And we have all of our voices as well. And so we want to give us a chance for everyone to warm up your voices. We're going to take a moment before we do that.
We are excited to welcome also Matvey Sigalov on violin, Daniel Brown on upright bass, and Eric Tapper on percussion.
And now we get to all of our voices. So we want you to take a moment to, we know we're going to hear your voices throughout. So there are only a few of us on the bima, but your voices are really what are going to round us out this evening and add so much to our worship this evening. And so we want to invite you to meet someone who's seated near you, not just the people you already know or to whom you're related, but somebody else as well. And just introduce yourself, say hello, hold on, wait. The best thing that you ate at your Thanksgiving table.
Oh. Okay.
Pie, and more pie. Pies, all the pies.
And, yeah. I made stuff. It was a New York Times stuff. There's a Pepperidge. No, I do like fruit stuff. I mean, it's like your charoset for Passover. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I love that recipe so much.
We could all talk about our Thanksgiving meals forever, apparently. And here's the great thing, we can continue these conversations after our worship service when we join together at our delicious oneg, where we'll eat some more.
And so we begin on page 2 with L'chun Ranana. L'chun Ranana, turn to Lecha Dodi, which you can find on page 3. We will sing all the verses in front of you for once. Usually we have to cut out a few, but for today we're going to sing them all. So we join together in Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi. The righteous shall bloom like a date palm. They thrive like the cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai. Sadiq Katamar. our renewal of the covenant reading, we invite Jamie Axelrod and Allie Hyman to join us on the bima. Jamie was the co-chair of the Cantorial Search Committee along with Jeff Weiss, and Allie was a member of the committee.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who commands us to renew the ancient and eternal covenant. We bind ourselves with this covenant as every Jew in history has done, as our parents did and as our children will. The Brit binds us to God, who commands sanctity, to a tradition that evokes reverence to each other in holiness.
Tonight, we renew that covenant with God and with each other. This Kehillah Kadoshah, this holy congregation, has been led with dignity and honor and has reached great heights. We cherish that tradition and commit ourselves to a spirit of renewal and renaissance. In that spirit, we will find new meanings to old words, daring journeys to uncharted destinations, wondrous discoveries of truths not yet revealed. We thank you, God, for open eyes and listening ears, for lips prepared to speak ancient and eternal words. Bless us with your nearness and sustain us as we strive to renew our covenant with you today and tomorrow.
And we all rise as we turn to page 5 for our call to worship, the Baruch Hu. Ya la la.
Ani Adonai Elohechem.
lechem emet. As we continue in the middle of page 6 with Hashkivenu, our fervent prayer that love and compassion and friendship be our shelter, be God's presence among us, and the Sukkot Shalom, the shelter of peace. And I know that tonight, that love, that friendship, that compassion, that understanding is palpable for me, and I hope it is for you as well, as we pray for shelter, for safety, and for another blessed day.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashivenu, Adonai Eloheinu.
ourselves for the silent Amidah, for a moment of individual conversation with God. And we have this opening prayer, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, because we know that even the ancient rabbis who spent all of their time in study and in prayer sometimes had trouble finding the words for prayer. And so if you have trouble finding the words for prayer, you're not alone in that. Even our greatest sages sometimes feel that way. And so we ask God to open our lips and help us to find the words.
Of the many prayers that we say at this time, one of them certainly is a prayer for healing. And so I'm going to take a moment and look around our congregation. And if there is someone who you are praying for tonight, someone who is in need of healing, knowing that healing comes in so many forms, as my eyes meet yours, I'll invite you to share their name out loud or simply elevate it in your heart. We say, Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim. Amen. So in just a moment, we're going to pause for silent prayer. But as we do, I want to reflect on just how difficult waiting is. There's a whole industry that has since been outlawed, designed to get you a pizza in 30 minutes. You can get an item shipped from California to Washington, D.C. overnight. We are not good at waiting. And so Jacob in our Parsha waits. He waits. He serves his soon-to-be father-in-law Lavan for 7 years. But our Torah says that these 7 years felt as days. These 7 years felt as days because they were towards something great, because of the love that he had for who would become his wife, Rachel. We wait and we wait. We as a people wait. Every time Shabbat ends, we wait for the next Shabbat. My kids, one of them is here, is waiting for Hanukkah. She's been waiting for Hanukkah since last Hanukkah. We as a people wait for redemption. We wait to return to the promised land. We are a people who waits. But God never tells us how long we are going to wait. We don't know how long our wait is going to be. And each of us is waiting for something, and that is different for you than it is for me. God does not tell us how long we are going to wait, but God tells us now in this moment that we should wait for holy things, that we should wait for things that matter, that we should wait for things that add up to something great, not just in our lives, but something great in the world in which we live. Each of us are waiting. We are waiting for many things. In this moment of silent prayer, let's make sure we are waiting for holy things. And then please God when they come. We will know that it was worth the wait. Let's pause for a moment of silent prayer.
Well, the joy and the simcha in this room is vibrant, my goodness. And it is our tradition at Washington Hebrew that when we join together for Shabbat, that we take a moment to celebrate our simchas, to celebrate in our joy. And so we are able to take 3 today, 3 simchas, because we have some other simchas to enjoy as well and to celebrate as well. But as some of us do, when we hear a simcha, you can share a birthday and anniversary. As I say, if you've had a really good plate of French fries recently, that wins. And please feel free to share your simcha. And community, when we hear that, we're going to say modim anachnu lach, which means we are grateful. Because when one of us experiences a joy, the gift of being in community is that we can all feel that joy as well. So who has a simcha to share for our Shabbat this evening? Yeah, ready for it. I love that. I talked to them at Pre-Neg, and I was so excited about this. They are celebrating their 50th anniversary of being confirmed here at Washington Hebrew, and they get together every year, and now they decided to celebrate here at Washington Hebrew, and we are just so grateful for all of our congregants, particularly those who have been here for generations, and for really good friends. We say together, Modim Anachnu Lach. Thank you. Other simchas, try to top that. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. For time with our children, especially after such a long time away, we say, Modim Anachnu Lach. All the way in the back. 57 years, amazing, for a long duration of love. May we all be so lucky. And we say, Modim Anachnu Lach. All right, one more. Oh, Lord, 2 more, yeah. 55th anniversary, beautiful, amazing. Well, yeah, Laurel became a Jew this week, everyone. She converted to Judaism, and we are just, what a blessing to the Jewish people that you have joined officially our community. So for wonderful new people in our community who have always been Jewish and now have just given that a little bit of light and growth, we say, Modim Anachnu Lach. And there are some people here who have very big simchas to share, as is becoming our new tradition at Washington Hebrew. We are celebrating our birthdays together, because what is more of a simcha than that we have taken another trip around the sun and that we are here. And so some of these people might be on live stream, so they might not come up today, but that's okay. We're celebrating them anyway. But Elia Bortnick, Brody Pashkoff, Matthew Reiskin, Benson Simon, Frank Zapala, Regina Lefkowitz, and Evie Namath. If you are here, come on up to our bima, and we would love... Oh, and anyone else with a December birthday. Yeah, if you haven't given us your name, you still count. Come on up. Yeah, come on up on our bima, and we are so excited to bless you. Perfect. Here, come in the middle. And you guys face out. I'll face to you. Come on over here. Perfect. Oh, look at this crew. What a blessing. Look at this. Lovely. Come on up. Hi, everyone. Oh, Rita Bloom, you got called out. Thank you. Yep. Awesome. Beautiful. We at Washington Hebrew are absolutely blessed to have each one of you as part of our community, as part of our family, and we are so excited for the adventures and for all of the simchas and joys and excitement that is going to come in this new year. And so as I bless you with these ancient words of blessing, the oldest blessing we have in our community, I want you, in our religion, think about the year that's about to come, about all the things that are possible this year, and we are so excited to see that possibility with you. And so I say, Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless. So many clergy up here. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yechuneka.
Ken Yehi Ratzon.
May God's light shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God turn towards you and grant you peace.
May the years just keep coming, and may they be joyous and meaningful, and may they have lots of moments here with your family at Washington Hebrew. Mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov. Round down. Yeah, say happy birthday to one another. Perfect, perfect. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday. Oh my goodness, how lovely. Happy birthday.
The giggles are Evie as she went down. One of those birthday blessings is mine, and she's turning 15, and she said, soon I'll be able to drive. Not so soon. 15 and 9 months permit. Scary. Although Nomi Bortnick is now driving, so yes. So in this week's Parsha Vayetze, our patriarch, Jacob, lies down to sleep with a rock for a pillow, no less. And he has an incredible dream about angels that are ascending and descending on a ladder. And I don't want to go too far into that passage because I know tomorrow morning Sydney is going to talk about that magical staircase. And he's going to interpret it for us beautifully. But there's a piece that really jumps out to us tonight, particularly this evening as we prepare to install our new, I'm standing right next to you, this is awkward. Our newest clergy member, Cantor Suzanne Hamstra. Jacob awakens from this vivid dream and he says, surely God is in this place and I did not know it. Jacob has discovered the place where earth and heaven touch, where it all comes together. And this evening is such a moment of recognition for us and for our newest colleague. While these past 5 months have given our WHC community ample opportunities to experience this directly, we are blessed to be joined tonight by those who have mentored Cantor Hamstra throughout her career along the way and who possess unique insights into who she is and what we can expect as our time together continues to unfold. So I'm going to introduce both of our speakers rather than interrupting in the middle. You'll be able to tell them apart. Cantor Richard Cohn is Senior Advisor and Past Director of the Debbie Friedman School of Sacred Music at the Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion. He previously served as cantor of Reformed communities, including North Shore Congregation Israel in suburban Chicago and Temple Emmanuel of Dallas. From 2001 to 2007, he was president of the American Conference of Cantors. Cantor Cohn has appeared as soloist and conductor in Jewish music programming throughout the United States and abroad, and he is a faculty member of the Clergy Leadership Program of the Institute for Jewish Spirituality. Now, Cantor Bortnick and I had the privilege and pleasure and just, I can't even put into words, it's impossible to describe the experience we had participating in that program and experiencing firsthand Cantor Cohn's creativity, warmth of spirit, and depth of soul. We have witnessed and experienced firsthand the impact he has on his cantorial students. And Cantor Cohn has often been featured as a soloist in Ernest Bloch's Avodat HaKodesh, Sacred Service, including performances in Israel with the Jerusalem Symphony Orchestra, at Chicago's Grant Park Concerts, and at the Berkshire Choral Institute. I've got to move this way, because again, blocking. Cantor Rebecca Moses, see, you'll be able to tell them apart. Cantor Rebecca Moses joined Temple Shari Tefillah Israel in South Orange, New Jersey in 2012. She was ordained as cantor in 2009 by the Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion, Debbie Friedman School of Sacred Music in New York City, where she received her master's degree in sacred music in 2008. She holds degrees in various areas of music from the University of Missouri, Kansas City Conservatory of Music. Cantor Moses currently serves as the secretary of the executive board of the American Conference of Cantors. Prior to becoming part of the TSTI community, Cantor Moses served for 3 years as cantor educator at Temple Anshe Shalom in Hamilton, Ontario. And before ordination, Cantor Moses enjoyed a career in professional and community theater, and she has served as a presenter for both Hava Nishira, the URJ's premier song leading training, and for the URJ. And she resides with her husband Aaron, daughter Alexandra, and son Levi in West Orange. And they sit proudly in the front row. So we are so thrilled and honored that they join us, and certainly are excited to learn more about our wonderful Cantor Suzanne Hamstra from those who have been part of her journey and have given her the wings with which she now soars.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm good. I kind of am enjoying this new age of the iPad. I'm just going to walk around like I know what I'm doing. So it's really nice to be here. An incredible delight to join you at Washington Hebrew Congregation on this immensely joyful occasion. It's been quite a few years since I last visited, and it's wonderful to re-energize all the connections I feel with your outstanding clergy team. Rabbi Shankman, Cantor Bortnick, and I, as you heard, are all connected through the Institute for Jewish Spirituality. Suzanne, thank you for the warm welcome. And of course, Cantor Bortnick, Cantor Manovich, and I have long-standing relationships built around our work in the cantorate and in the movement. Misha, great to be with you again. Rabbi Fischel and I shared the New York campus of HUC-JR for several years with many happy memories, and Rabbi Miller is also an HUC alum and a Jewish music ally to boot. In my current capacity as senior advisor to the Cantorial program, I'm thrilled on behalf of the Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion to congratulate Cantor Hamstra on reaching this Shehecheyanu moment and to bring greetings to everyone present here and online. HUC as an institution deeply values our close ties with our congregations. Knowing that Cantor Hamstra has now become one of your clergy only increases our appreciation for these bonds. I can already see that Suzanne is fully embraced within the circle of your rabbis and cantors as they, in partnership with the laity, collaboratively provide your community with vision, soulful support, and strong leadership, truly a community of the heart. Turning more specifically now to Cantor Hamstra, I'd like everyone to know that from the very inception of her relationship with HUC, in the process of applying, auditioning, and interviewing, we recognized her very special gifts of a voice and strength, of intellect and commitment. She was and is, in her essence, an upstander, someone who aligns herself with high principles, advocating for justice and on behalf of those in need. As an interpretive vocal artist and cantorial presence, Cantor Hamstra, as you have certainly experienced, excels, singing with warmth, beauty, and compassion. The major programs she presented at HUC set an auspicious standard, and her senior recital, Music of the Jews of Morocco, Turkey, and Persia, was ear-opening and dynamic in its scope and creativity. Moreover, Cantor Hamstra, in every instance, exhibited as a leader of tefillah a relaxed radiance that filled and encompassed the room. Cantor Hamstra represents a continuous line of excellence, following in the footsteps of decades of HUC cantors, who of course have included Cantor Bortnick and Cantor Manovich. As the generations progress, their expressions of the cantorate modulate into ever-new stylistic possibilities and ways of engaging the community as spiritual guide, liturgist, pastor, educator, and programmatic architect. Above all, it is the commission of spiritual leadership that motivates the life of a cantor. Rabbi Abraham Isaac Cook, a visionary leader, scholar, and mystic, characterized this spiritual commission in a teaching commonly known as the Fourfold Song, which I have adapted and abridged from a translation by Yaakov David Schulman. This teaching employs the metaphor of song to express the soul's interconnected levels of heightened consciousness. And here's the teaching. There is a person who sings the song of her soul, finding everything complete spiritual satisfaction within that soul. There is a person who sings the song of peoplehood. She steps forward from her private soul, yearning for the heights, clinging with a sensitive love to the entirety of the Jewish people and singing its song. She shares in its pains, is joyful in its hopes, speaks with exalted and pure thoughts regarding its past and its future, and investigates its inner spiritual nature with love and with a wise heart. There is a person whose soul is so broad that it expands beyond the border of the people of Israel, singing the song of humanity, yearning for its general enlightenment and looking forward to its supernal perfection. And there is a person who rises even higher until she unites with all existence, with all creatures, and with all worlds, and with all of them she sings. This is the person who, engaged in a portion of song every day, is assured she is a child of the world to come. And there is a person who rises with all these songs together in one ensemble so that they all give forth their voices, all sing their songs sweetly, each supplying the others with fullness and life, the voice of happiness and joy, the voice of rejoicing and tunefulness, the voice of merriment and the voice of holiness. The song of the soul, the song of peoplehood, the song of humanity, the song of the world, they all mix together within this person at every moment and at all times. Suzanne, may you be blessed to find your personal and communal makom kadosh, your sacred place in and among these dimensions of song, as you flourish in covenantal relationship, in partnership with the close-knit and vibrant family of Washington Hebrew Congregation. Cantor Moses.
Trying to make me cry.
No, didn't think about that.
I don't like to walk around as much. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. And, well, okay. I'll have to do it this way. Thank you so much for having me, and it is indeed an honor to be here. I also bring greetings and mazel tov from the ACC, from the American Conference of Cantors. We are all so proud of you. One of my favorite places to visit when I'm in my hometown of San Antonio, Texas, is the workroom of a place called Garcia Art Glass. There you can watch highly skilled and trained artists make beautiful sculptures and household items out of once was simply sand. I once had the pleasure to watch them make the most exquisite, delicate chandelier that was later going to be installed in someone's home. When I think about the word installation, I think about that chandelier. I have often thought it's strange that we install our clergy like a washing machine or a light fixture. The sculpture, I think I get it now though, because the sculpture I saw created was beautiful, no question. Its beauty was created from raw, natural ingredients and fashioned by an artist using the experience of years to bring out the best in the materials. What I saw in the workshop that day was amazing, but it wasn't the finished product. That would only come when the piece was properly installed, illuminated, and allowed to bring light and beauty to that particular home where bread was going to be broken and days were going to be discussed and important conversations held. A cantor is very similar to that chandelier. Go with me. We work for many years to hone and refine the natural talents we have been given as a singer. We learn all that we can from masters of our craft. At some point, we spend many more years in service to our goal after we've done all that learning. Like that chandelier, a cantor is a thing of beauty, full of beautiful music, the desire to share it, and the desire to be with a congregation through all the ups and downs life has to offer.
A cantor without a congregation is still a cantor and is still able to make sweet music, but that music needs a congregation to sing along. A cantor's care needs a congregation's trust, and a cantor's creativity and knowledge need a partner to help create special moments for everyone to grow. The chandelier must be allowed to make the world a brighter, more beautiful place in order for it to truly shine, and a cantor must be accepted by her congregation in order to let her art truly shine. Tonight we are here to install your Cantor Hamstra. I have had the privilege of knowing her since she was placed at my congregation as a student cantor. I knew right away that not only would she be a great cantor, but that I was going to enjoy getting to know her and having her as my friend, as well as my colleague. I've certainly not been disappointed. She has become not only a valued colleague, but a part of my family, and we are so lucky for that. It would be easy to say that I've been impressed by her musical skill and the way she has tackled the rigors and challenges of cantorial school, and that is, of course, true. But the things that have truly impressed me have been her warmth, her friendship, and the fact that she has faced every challenge with the desire to learn from it so that someday she might be better able to serve her community, this community. When she began looking for that congregation to serve, I counseled her to be patient, be open, and to trust that when she found the right match, she would know. I don't think she truly believed me, but when she called me from her interview from here, I could hear in her voice that she'd found just that. I know you have all grown to love her, and I can wish nothing better than for the relationship between cantor and congregation to grow sweeter and deeper with every passing year. Cantor Hamstra. Typically, the life of a cantor is a solitary one. We don't always get the opportunity to work with each other on a daily basis. It is a profound privilege that you get to work each and every day with this incredible team, and that you are surrounded by great cantors to help you continue to learn your craft. So, how does one go about properly installing a cantor?
Like a light bulb.
It's not like we can call an electrician to help us. Well, actually, we do need our electricians, our doctors, our teachers, our accountants. We need this entire congregation to assist. It might seem that it's the job of those of us up here on the bima to do the installing, but really, that's your job. The work of installation is not done in an evening or a weekend. It is done day by day, lesson by lesson, meeting by meeting, until Cantor Hamstra is no longer the new cantor, but a trusted part of this team and its spiritual home. Cantor Hamstra, you have always gone from strength to strength. Those of us who have been lucky enough to be a part of your journey so far wish you the best on this next step. We know how lucky your colleagues and congregants are to now call you their cantor, and we will always be proud to call you our friend. Mazel tov.
Well, now that I'm crying, I have to talk. This is perfect. I really don't have the words for how honored I feel week in and week out to stand on this bima and call myself the assistant cantor of Washington Hebrew Congregation. Tonight, officially marking this covenant between us, I am humbled and deeply, deeply grateful. I'm particularly grateful to be here with family and friends who have traveled long distances to be here and celebrate this moment, with mentors who have guided me and taught me and helped to shape the cantor that I am in this moment and will continue to grow, with an incomparable clergy team. I'm still pinching myself that I get to call myself a part of this team. I am beyond blessed. And most importantly, with all of you, with you who are here in the sanctuary, with you who are here with us virtually, you are the people who show up, who say yes to this community, who bring your whole selves to this Kehillah Kedosha, this holy community, and make it a warm, vibrant, beautiful space that I know and love. This week, we read in Parshat Vayetze about Jacob's dream of a ladder reaching from earth all the way up to the heavens. And as you might imagine, Torah commentators have a few things to say about this, and specifically about the fact that it says there are angels on this ladder going up and down. Not down and up and down. And one of the big questions is why? Why are these heavenly beings going up, ascending the ladder before they descend? According to Ibn Ezra, some of the angels are meant to return to heaven and report to God on the state of things on earth, while others are meant to come down from heaven to enact God's will, and that the ladder is a point of connection between the earthbound and the heavenly. My favorite piece of this is that the angels are already here with us on earth. The word for angels in this verse is malachei Elohim, which is actually more accurately than angels, translated as messengers of God. And while we traditionally understand these holy messengers to be heavenly beings, I see messengers of God everywhere I look in this community. Martin Buber wrote that God exists not in the distant, inconceivable high heavens, but in open, honest, covenantal relationships that we have with each other. That divinity exists between us when we seek to see the holiness in one another. These are the kinds of relationships I experience here at Washington Hebrew, in the community filled with Malachei Adonai, with messengers of God who seek justice, who seek righteousness, who offer love, support, and friendship. It is a privilege and an honor to serve this community. It is a privilege and honor to be in covenantal relationship with this community. It is a privilege and an honor to know that this is just the beginning of the relationships that I'm building with all of you. Thank you for your confidence in me, for the way that you have welcomed me to this family, and for the opportunity to begin my cantorial career as one of your Washington Hebrew clergy. I promise that I will strive every day to be worthy of it. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
We're going to ask you to stay standing. We'll come stand over here. Three Sues walk into a synagogue. I had to, at least once, just once. In all seriousness. Many here have heard me talk about one of my favorite Jewish texts from Pirkei Avot, which is words spoken by Hananiah ben Teradian, who taught that when two sit and speak words of Torah, the Shekhinah, God's presence, abides among them, abides among us. Our interactions with one another have the power to draw God's presence to dwell in our midst. If that is true when we sit and speak words of Torah, how much more so when those words are sung and when they are sung by you? In the 5 months that you have been with us, we have felt God's presence through the Torah you have taught, sung, and lived with our Washington Hebrew congregational community. In that short time, our congregants, our staff, have been moved by your warmth and generosity of spirit. When you sing, it's clear that it is not just your voice, but your beautiful neshama, your soul, which helps to raise our prayers and enables us to reach greater heights while simultaneously ensuring that we feel connected both to God and to one another.
Suzanne, we welcome you to a new chapter in the life of our congregation and in the journey of your cantorate. We stand with you before the ark, which will soon be open, to offer a blessing of welcome and thanksgiving at this sacred time. We welcome you as you bring your voice to this congregation as its cantor. When we sing God's praises, we open our hearts to the possibility of spiritual renewal. May your gift of music and spirit Help us sing new songs to God. Inspire us to spiritual fulfillment, and help us find new meaning in the prayers and praises of our hearts. Let us welcome you with the words of the psalmist, who taught us to bring passion to our tradition through the music of our hearts.
In every generation, we have been inspired by teachers of Torah who have challenged us with new songs of learning. Every opportunity for study evokes new revelation. With this inspiration, the children of Torah become the builders of our future, a future whose story is yet to be told. May your teachings, your songs, your vision inspire us with the light of Torah, and may you be inspired by the Torah of our community.
May your song always be guided by our prophets, who in the words of Micah said, "Do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God." May you inspire others to holiness and mitzvot, contentment and peace. May the song of your Spirit be compassionate and fulfilling, bringing wholeness, strength, and healing to those in need.
May your path always be guided by our sages who taught, turn the Torah, turn it again and again, for everything you want to know is found within it. May your study always be filled with the sweetness of Torah. May your passion and your song illuminate its words so that we may find new meanings within them. We're going to invite you before the open ark, and we're going to invite our colleagues to join us as we pass the Torah to you.
Please rise.
May we see our Torah as a guide and light in our lives. May its words bring us comfort in times of need, wisdom to lead our people, and the knowledge that ours is a noble task, deeply centered in study and belief.
May we serve this historic congregation, the Jewish people and our community, with gentleness and kindness, with strength and conviction. May we strive for freedom, justice, and peace for all people.
Ours is a journey which will allow us both to make change and to guard tradition while helping others. May we always embrace this privilege with respect, and may our deeds be born from a place of love and compassion.
As we continue on this journey, may we reflect often upon our teachers, our families, and our congregants.
They have stood and will continue to stand with us as guides, teaching us not only of Judaism, but also of life. May the journey we take together toward you, O God, bind us heart to heart and soul to soul, that we might be your people and you, our God.
We ask God's blessing upon you. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and watch over you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. May God show God's face to you and be gracious unto you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God turn towards you and grant you peace.
We join together. Adonai yishmor tzeitecha uvoecha me'ata v'ad olam. God, guard our going and coming from this time forth.
We have come together to strengthen the bonds within our congregation.
Page 8.
Like Jews of generations past, we celebrate the grandeur of creation. Like Jews of every age, we echo our people's ancient call for justice.
Our celebration is a sharing of memory and hope.
We are a community, but each of us is unique. We stand apart and alone with differing feelings and insights, and yet we are not entirely alone and separate, for we are children of one people and one heritage.
Our celebration unites many separate selves into a single chorus.
And we are one in search of life's meaning. All of us know despair and exaltation. All bear burdens. All have moments of weakness and strength. All sing songs of sorrow and love.
May our celebration bring us strength along our way.
In this circle of hope, in the presence of the sacred, may the heart come to know itself and its best, finding the impulse to love the good.
May our celebration lead us to work for the good, and may this Shabbat give strength to us and to our people, Israel.
We remain standing for Aleinu.
Aleinu leshabeach l'Adon hakol, l'tekenu l'yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu k'kayei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, l'anachnu ומשחבים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו 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 אחד.
You may be seated. We've come now to our moment of memory where we think of those who we have loved but lost, those who shared in our joys, who we wish were here to share in this beautiful simcha today, and those that we hold in our hearts now that they're gone. Today, Washington Hebrew remembers Margaret Abramson, Edith Askin, Ruth I. Baer, S. Meyer Barnett, Hannah L. Berman, Blanche Stern Berman, Johanna Bieber, George F. Bingham, Alan I. Bluestein, Leon Brill Jr., Robert M. Brill, Doreen L. Brown, David B. Kaplan, Louis Bernard Chelik, Irving Davidson, Al H. Duboff, Leah Barnett Furson, Agnes May Fisher, Jacob Fleischman, Abraham Fox, Julius Friedenson, Adelaide H. Friedlander, Jack L. Friedlander, Mark P. Friedlander, Helen Freeman, Miriam Goldring, Eli Goodman, James Goodman, David Grosshandler, Elliot Jules Halperin, Edith B. Harriton, Carolyn W. Harris, Solomon Hetchinger, Audrey W. Israel, Eugene Jaffe, Estelle C. Kaufman, Stanley J. Cadan, Blanche Kellner, Eva R. Karos, Stanley W. Corman, Adolf Krechel, Carrie Krechel, Norman Krinsky, Samuel A. Layton, Augusta Notes London, Howard Lynn, Minnie Lyon, Rachel Manovich, Rachel Victoria Mann, Rita Van Mazzo, Anita Miller, Scott Lewis Meerman, Eva Monsane, Saul Morris, William Morris, Louis Newmeyer, Florence Perlman, Ann Platt, Lawrence E. Putnam, Morton Rabineau, Jack Raymond, Kitty A. Reiner, Jean N. Robinson, Joseph A. Rose, George Roth, Israel Rubenstein, Hilda L. Rudolph, Lena Sachs, Louis A. Salander, Irving H. Schwartzberg, Art Sellner, Isidore Semsker, Jacob Severinsky, Ira Stanley Siegler, Alan Silverberg, Ida Slavin, Leon Smallwood, David Stearman, Seymour Sherman Steinberg, Moses Stern, Isabella M. Striner, Morris Susserman, Benjamin Tickton, David Tobin Verstandig, John M. Vine, Ray Weinberg, David Weinbaum, Morris Weinstein, Samuel E. Wool, David Yeager, Alice Young, Michael D. Schumann, and those recently laid to rest: Mary Baker Horan, Ernest Zimmerman, Irene Neuvelt, Howard Galper, Gloria Haft, Sidney Elaine Hoffman, Elaine Burka Harville, Gideon Hoffer, Ellen Yehuda, Diane Kay. If I have inadvertently mispronounced the name of your loved one, or if you have another name to add to our memorial this evening, I'll ask that you share that name out loud at this time. We'll rise and join together in the words of Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach leolam ulalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudasha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, ta'miran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Zikronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing, and we say together,
Amen.
Amen. You may be seated. It is my honor to now call up the president of our congregation, Lou Wiener, for some announcements and a special presentation.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
First, please join me in wishing a hearty mazel tov to the families of our B'nai Mitzvah students, Sydney and Brody. Mazel tov. I know a lot of hard work has gone into this, and we look forward to celebrating this with you tonight and tomorrow. A few things coming up. We, as members of Washington Hebrew, enjoy the wonderful riches of this congregation, intellectual, spiritual, and otherwise. This Sunday at 5:30 at the Julia Bindeman Suburban Center, we have our cantoral concert. We hope that you will join us for that. Next weekend on the 11th, we have a lecture by Brad Snyder, the author of Democratic Justice. He's written a biography of Felix Frankfurter. I had a law school professor who always thought it was amusing to call on Mr. Wiener to comment on Justice Frankfurter's cases. I'm going. I hope you will as well. And on the 16th of this month, please join us for our Hanukkah Shabbat, where we will celebrate the Festival of Lights. Please note the time that service will start is at 5 p.m. Here at the temple. We hope you will join us for these and the wonderful other programs that we have. If you've not received in your email the WHC Thursday email, life@WHC, it's available in the foyer. Hope you'll pick that up and look at the wonderful programs that we have. One of the great joys of being as a member of the board is presenting the Kiddush Cup to our B'nai Mitzvah students. And I would ask that Brody and Sydney please join me up here, because this is about you. And as we celebrate Shabbat and as we celebrate the Kiddush, we get to remember the life of Cammie Lauren Nathanson, in whose name these Kiddush Cups are presented. Over the years, we have presented by most kind of calculations over 5,000 of these. But tonight, we get to present these two very, very special Kiddush Cups. And you know what makes them special? They're yours. And we hope that over the years, when the grape juice in that turns to wine, that you will always remember Washington Hebrew and the opportunity that you have to make a difference in this world and in the lives of others. So. Mazel tov to you and to your families. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Vahi Erev Vahi Boker Yom Hashishi. And there was evening and there was morning the sixth day. The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam bori pri chagafen.
Amen.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who finding favor with us, sanctified with us mitzvot in love and favor. You made the holy Shabbat and heritage as a reminder of the work of creation. As first among our sacred days, it recalls the exodus from Egypt. You choose us and set us apart from the peoples. In love and favor, you have given us your holy Shabbat as an inheritance. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. And we join together in chanting our Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereshit ki hu yom tefillah le'mikra'e kodesh zecher yitziat Mitzrayim kivanu acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim ve'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. L'chaim. Beautiful. Mazel tov. You're welcome. You can make your way back down. And as Brody and Sydney make their way back down to the congregation, we invite up a young friend to bring forth the challah. And as you're bringing forth the challah, we're also going to invite Cantor Hamstra's parents, Lori and John, to join us on the bima, as well as her sister, Rachel, who are going to help us bless our challah. Do you want to come stand? Mr. Bolton. And our young friend here, and it's a very safe challah, it's still wrapped, is, of course, Mr. Bolton. And so we thank you for doing this. All right, can you turn and face? And if you all want to come over, and you want to do it.
We can do this. We're a family of criers, so bear with us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
Amen. B'te'avon. We're not going to eat just yet, but I ask you to go down with Frank, and he's going to cut it up so we can all eat it on the way out. Thank you so much for joining us up here. And at this time, we invite back up to the bima our president, Lou Weiner, to present a very special gift to Cantor Hamstra.
This is embarrassing. Cantor Hamstra. Music is the song of our heart. And the lyrics, that's the song of our soul. And in the brief 5 months that you've been here, you have become part of the heart and soul of this congregation. As we celebrate our 170th year, we look forward to the next chapter in the history of this congregation with you being part of this incredible, incredible clergy team. You have been with us in our times of joy. You've lifted us in our times of sorrow. You have celebrated our holidays. And when you're not there, it's like someone's missing from the table. We are so lucky, so blessed to have you as one of our clergy. Earlier tonight, when we shared our simchas, we followed it with those words. Modim anachnu lach. So please, with the great simcha that is the installation of Cantor Hamstra, please join me. Modim anachnu lach.
As rabbis and cantors in Israel, we have been granted the sacred privilege of teaching your word, expounding the traditions of Israel, and instructing our community in the supreme values of our people. On this night of welcome, we pray that our newest colleague, Cantor Suzanne Hamstra, will ever remain aware of the solemn responsibilities now conferred upon her.
Throughout her years of congregational service, help her maintain her sense of reverence and be her aid as she seeks to nourish that which is gentle, compassionate, and true. In hours of confusion, doubt, and pain, may she look to you, O God, and thus find renewed the sparks of joy, hope, and purpose which burn in her heart today.
Source of goodness, grant us the courage to raise our voices in the face of injustice, cruelty, and oppression. Help us to find the strength to struggle diligently for freedom, security, health, and peace for all of humanity. And in so doing, may we help to fulfill the hallowed task of all Jews in every age, in every land. L'takein olam b'malchut Shaddai, to perfect the world in partnership with you.
Amen. Amen. And we join together in our concluding song, Shalom Aleichem. Please join us. And while I'm vamping, Rabbi Shankman's going to do the quick thank you.
We want to thank everyone who's joined us on the Bima this evening. Cantor Richard Cohn, Cantor Rebecca Moses, Cantor Mira Leibovitz. We are so blessed to have your voices, and certainly Cantor Michael Manovich, Misha. We always love having you with us up here. We also want to thank all those who participated in our service, and you can see the names at the back of our service booklet. But we also want to thank all of you, not just for joining us and adding your voices, but to coming and joining us during our Onek Shabbat so we can continue to build sacred community, Kihila Kedosha, together.
Shalom, tov, mazel tov. Oh, for all of it, thank you. Oh.